May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart please our God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. The Gospel of John is the only gospel that records Jesus washing the disciples' feet. Of course, we will read about it on Maundy Thursday. But before Jesus washes the disciples' feet, Mary of Bethany washed Jesus' feet first. And she didn't use plain water. She used perfume. Usually, we would not like to think this way, but Jesus was truly human. What does that mean? He was a man, so his feet could stink and could be dirty. Sorry, Jesus, forgive me. But I don't think it was the reason why Mary used perfume. Or was she? I don't know. For Martha and Mary of Bethany, Jesus was the great teacher, the Messiah, the Son of God, and Jesus raised their brother Lazarus from the dead. It was all written in chapter 11, prior to today's gospel reading. And perhaps Mary knew Jesus will die soon. Out of the love and gratitude for this great teacher, for Christ, Mary washes Jesus' feet. She uses the expensive perfume, and she uses her own hair to wipe Jesus' feet. Mary shows a humble service and probably even inspires Jesus to wash the disciples' feet in the next chapter. Not long ago, I bought a comic book from my hometown, Taiwan. The comic book is about the story of missionaries in Taiwan. It's here. So I thought I would read it after I finished writing today's message, but somehow I read it before I wrote my sermon. And I was so glad I did it. Maybe the Spirit was helping me, because when I read the first missionary story in this comic book, guess what? Both today's gospel and today's psalm are quoted in this story. So I thought I have to preach about it. George Leslie Mackay. He was a 19th century Presbyterian missionary from Canada, in a time when Canada was still British territory. He learned medical skills and then received theological training in Princeton Theological Seminary in the US. I didn't know that seminary was so old because I have friends who went there. So in 1871, Mackay was sent to China, but there was already a missionary in that city. So Mackay decided to go to Formosa. Formosa is another name of Taiwan given by Portuguese in the 16th century when Martin Luther was still alive. This missionary, Mackay, loved and served people in Taiwan as his own. And in fact, there were people from different backgrounds in the time in Taiwan. The Europeans doing business and diplomacy, descendants of Spanish and Dutch colonizers, countless indigenous peoples from different ethnic groups that speak different languages, and some Japanese and Chinese people from the mainland. All these people were equal in Mackay's eyes. All were beloved children of God. He worked very hard to spread the good news of salvation and God's love. It was not easy to share the gospel, especially when most people there believed in folk religions and did not want to accept a foreign religion. The local governments even banned people from leasing their buildings to missionaries. So the missionaries had to buy a land and build churches from scratch. But wherever missionaries built a church, people will destroy it and found all kinds of excuses to accuse missionaries. But those missionaries never gave up. Mackay's church was destroyed countless times, but he continued to build. The missionaries had strength and perseverance from God. At that time, the hygiene and health issues were very bad. Many people had some kind of foot disease with serious swollen, abscess, and suppuration. Think about this. Will you touch a stranger with such condition? Not everyone can do that. But Mackay did not hesitate. He helped people to clean their feet, and he put medicine ointment on their feet and taught them how to take care of their feet. And a fun fact, the word ointment and the verb anoint are the same word in Chinese, gao. Since Mackay healed those people, more people started to come to him for healing, and not only just the foot disease. Remember I said that he learned medical skills before he went to the seminary. He was a good healer. In Taiwan, he healed a lot of people and shared God's love and good news when he served them. But that is the problem. When people all went to Mackay for medicine, the Chinese medicine stores could not get business. So they hated him and tried to remove him. But Mackay did not fight them. He moved to another town to continue his work to serve and spread the gospel. During the Sino-French War, he helped the Taiwanese who were wounded in the war. In Taiwanese eyes, Mackay and French were all Westerners. So when they saw Mackay helped Taiwanese instead of French, they were touched. Finally, Taiwanese appreciated him, including non-Christians. Years later, when he had to go back to Canada, the Taiwanese had a big farewell celebration for him, put him on a sedan chair, lift him up, and carry him to the port. That is a great honor. After he left Taiwan, his legacy continues. And now, Presbyterian Church in Taiwan, PCT, is the largest Protestant Christian denomination in Taiwan. And don't worry, there are Lutherans there too. And the Mackay Memorial Hospitals have several branches at multiple locations in Taiwan. They have served generations of people, including my family. When I grew up, even though my family is not Christian, when we need to go to a hospital, we always went to Mackay, the Mackay Memorial Hospital, because it has been the best hospital in that area. His works there were like today's psalm. You can find it in your word insert. Psalm 126, verse 5 to 6. Those who sowed with tears will reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying the seed, will come again with joy, shouldering their sheaves. May God lead and guide us to be humble servants of the world. Grant us strength and perseverance in our works for the good news to the world. Amen.